I'm sitting here trying to figure out the reason I'm here, or maybe the reasons we're here. But I can't think about that without thinking about Maurice White. Earth, Wind, and Fire, jams, my childhood, coming into my teenage years. Crazy music made me want to dance, but when I say let's dance, and I can't do that without thinking about David Bowie. Whew. David Bowie was one of the first cats that made me dream. You'd hear his music, and it would hit you so hard, you just start expanding your brain, and you think about, what is my house gonna look like, or my car? You know, maybe I'll get that vet. Maybe it's a little red Corvette, but then we got to think about Prince. You can't think about a red Corvette without thinking about Prince. Back to people like Rod Temperton, who touched so many different folks we listen to. You don't even know you've heard a Rod Temperton song, but I guarantee you've heard a Rod Temperton song. And the same way Rod Temperton touched R&B and rock and pop is the same way that Phife Dawg hit hip hop. If you're 35 to 55, you have a Phife Dawg memory. It's hard not to have a Phife Dawg memory. I mean, the dude was like, he was like the Candyman of hip hop. The dude was like, I can't even put it into words. But when you think Phife Dawg, you think Phife was never alone. You know, he was always with the abstract. And when I think of duos like that, I think of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, but that duo's been split to be reunited. How about that? Gene Wilder. Gosh. That movie, the Oompa Loompas, that just stays with me. The dude, and it's everything that he and Richard Pryor did. Man, 2016, boy, you something. I think about, I talked about how David Bowie made you dream, and when you dream, you think of flight. When you think of flight, you think of outer space. You think of moon landings, and you can't think of a moon landing without John Glenn. I mean, that's the whole deal. It's hard to think of NASA without thinking of John Glenn. Forever Flying Now. Now I'm gonna date myself for a second. I'm gonna go way, way back. Gidget, Miss Brady, Mr. Seaver, 2016. Gone, gone, and gone. Sharon Jones, gone. You want the news straight? Because news has become entertainment. But if you want the news straight, and by the way, you want to see females empowered in the media, hard not to think of Gwen Ifill. But she's gone. I had a conversation with a young brother that I mentor. He said, Kev, 2016 is a mass murderer. I said, wow, you're right. And some people will say, you know, as we age, as we get older, as time goes on, you know, we're going to see this more often. No, I vehemently disagree. 2016 is on some new stuff. 2016 is a mass murderer, destroying all hopes and dreams, making people consider pieces of their childhood that have been removed. 2016 is a mass murderer and needs to be incarcerated. Bump you, 2016, for real. Not feeling you right now. At all. But I'm still here. So guess what? What doesn't kill us certainly makes us stronger. Be encouraged. 2017 is upon us.